I do not support corruption. All I can say, if I were in your position, I would take with myself and hand over to someone else who is not compromised.
Welcome everyone. Thank you very much for supporting our channel. In today's views, we will take a look at the Prime Minister's speech that he delivered at the Young Jamaican Conference a few days ago. So, my people, listen to this man with his lies and propaganda and arrogance. When this man should be talking about his 28th bank account and all these charity money that he took out of the charity funds and put it in his private funding. These are the things he should be speaking about, and stop spreading propaganda and telling lies. Simple. Let's get into it.
If for any reason stable hands were to come off the wheel, to put novice hands on the wheel, I think, and I shudder to think, and therefore my commitment to continue to see this through to its proper conclusion. I am determined to ensure that we don't fall into the rut as we fell in when the country was destroyed in the 70s, rebuilt in the 80s.
Mr. Prime Minister, when you speak of the country destroyed in the 70s and rebuilt in the 80s, we're tired of these narratives now, sir. You need to explain to us what happened in the 70s and what happened in the 80s. Who did what? These are the things you need to explain to us, sir. And stop your gimmicks. Stop misleading us. Because many of us were there in the 70s and the 80s that you are talking about, sir. So cut the crap and speak the truth and stop misleading the people.
For 18 and a half years we fell into a lull.
28 bank account, come here. Let me tell you something about the 18 and a half years that you always talk about what you don't know about. You see that 18 and a half years? It wasn't the PNP decision to be in power for 18 and a half years. It was the people of Jamaica who decided that the PNP would be in power for 18 and a half years because of what Siaga do to the country in the 80s, sir. That is what you're supposed to be talking about, because we were all here. 70s Pitney will be, so check it. You're not much older than I. Me might not rich like you coming off 28 bank account. But me can't speak the truth more than you. I'm not a liar like you, sir. The people decided that not PNP and not Edward Siaga and not PJ Pattison. Edward Siaga disrespect the people and destroy the economy.
Not going to make that happen. We cannot make that happen. No. It is out of that period of time that we had FINSAC, which made our debt move to almost 130% of GDP.
We all know the reason, sir. So don't try use it to gain political points, because the money that come from that increase that you are speaking about used to pay back the people who did lost their money through the banking system, and most of those people were in your JLP cabinet, sir. Can you explain that to us?
During that time, that public sector bodies were so poorly managed that they created a fiscal risk for the government and created further debt for the government. It was during that time that murders passed 1,000 in this country.
Okay, 28 bank account. We understand that. But guess what? Who caused it to be like that, or what caused it to be like that? If we cannot win the election, we cannot lose the war. The GLP government said that. Remember, sir. So don't leave out any of the script when you're speaking about these things happening in the past. put everything in it, allow us, the citizen, to decide for ourselves, not you.
It was during that time when there was no budget, when the country wasn't growing, that there was disinvestment in the infrastructure of the country. As I said, some of you weren't born then. So when we talk, Colonel, we have to bring the facts to the table. Yes. Because people are only seeing what is in front of them. They don't have the full understanding and the full context. So people who are talking now, people who are seeking to lead the country now, they benefited. When I say that they benefited, they became millionaires and billionaires.
Mr. 28 bank account, what are you trying to tell us, sir? Mark Golding benefited from the financial crisis of the 90s and become billionaires and millionaires. That is what you are trying to say to us, sir. We need more explanation. Or if you cannot give us data, you are just spreading propaganda, misinformation, and you are misleading us. Then benefit.
When they carried an economic policy called the high interest rate policy, which helped to drive up the debt, where one of your own MPs described it in a way. You know it, my friend. So there are some youngsters here who have studied history. And I can only say he's an honest man, a man of the clock. When he spoke about the high interest rate policy, that some of them who want to lead the country today, they benefited from it. And their own person, their own member of parliament at the time described it as the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich. And I have no doubt that is what they want to come back to do to the Jamaican economy. I have no doubt that is what they want to do, to come and get wealthy on the backs of the poor. I will not allow that to happen.
So Mr. 28 bank account. So you know everything about the people business and your business, you don't know about it. So you know, so them plan to come and get rich off of the back of the poor people. So what are you doing now with 28 bank account and charity money, buying stocks and bonds, sir, for your personal gain? What are you doing? Explain to us, hypocrite.
And I hope that my voice is carrying. In the halls around here, so that those youngsters who don't know their history, who are brainwashed and misled, can understand that the real power is right here in this room to show people who are ordinary and they are happy. I want you to appreciate that when I tell you that I shudder to think what could happen, it is because I lived through FINSAC and I saw people suffering as a result. I saw what happened, how the entrepreneurial class was totally destroyed, wiped out.
Mr. 28 account, I'm gonna show you, so you're a confused man. Early on, you said people who are trying to lead the country now become billionaires and millionaires from FINSAC era. But now you're telling us that it wiped out the whole entrepreneurial sector. What are you trying to say, sir? You see, so you're a confused man. We are not stupid anymore, man. And this person who is speaking now, you know, I'm neither labor right nor PNP. I'm a Jamaican who speak the truth and know my truth and understand it the way how I do. So understand yourself, man, and stop chat. Because I be a foolishness you talk when I go up on the platform and talk to the people.
Not only by bad economic policies related to how banks were regulated, but it was also destroyed because it created a false notion that investing in government paper was really investing. It created what I call a lazy set of entrepreneurs. And it is that lazy set of entrepreneurs who now want to come around the country. It created a class of people who believe that buying government paper was actually creating wealth. We must never allow that notion to return in our country. Because right now we have created, this government, this administration has properly established what it means to be an entrepreneur and to create wealth. People now have to go and invest in real wealth, in real business. There is no mystery as to why it is, as the Jamaica Labour Party come in, the unemployment rate moves from as high as 13% to now 4.2. You know why? Because investors now have to do real investment that employ people. Yes. They have to invest in the real economy. And government borrowing is not crowding out real investment. These are some of the fundamental changes that have happened in our country. That sometimes the ordinary man, yes, worry about his salary and all the other issues which are important issues. But in order for us to address the issues that are bothering you now, the pain points, we have to change these fundamental issues. The bad roads, the lack of water, poor public transportation, all of these issues did not happen overnight. They happened because we had a government that neglected the fundamentals and carried on what I call, the best way to describe it is voodoo economics, smoke and mirrors economics. Creating a false sense of wealth through high interest rates. And that is why I'm so fearful when I see those persons who benefited from that era of Jamaica's economic history to come now to talk. When they didn't make their wealth by hard-nosed investing. They made their wealth simply by being connected. Simply by a government policy that says, I will just take your money and give you back 10-20% on it. You don't have to do anything. And they call that investing.
Mr. Prime Minister, this is the exact same thing you are doing with your company, sir. Where the Integrity Commission said that over $20 million you lend through your company, or you borrow through your company and you give back 24 million because of your connection and your links, sir. It is the exact same thing you are doing. So I love how you explain your hypocritical self right here, so with your deeds and doings, Simple.
The poor people who pay their taxes, that tax that you pay went to pay them. And
Mr. Prime Minister, honestly, say everything that you said in this speech right here have nothing to do with the 70s, the 80s, or FINSAC era. You're just explaining what you and your administration is doing now. Simple. You see? Because the Integrity Commission state that you borrow much $1 million and you give back $24 million increase. So you are basically telling us what you are doing, sir, not what happened back then. So don't use psychology on the people. Some of people, bless up for now. I'm out. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you like the thing, help the channel grow. Bless up my people. Loyal viewers and subscribers and people, give thanks for your support to AVI-NUE. Know that I appreciate you sincerely. New viewers, welcome on board. Know that your presence is appreciated. Please subscribe to the channel and help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. United we win.